We are back. It's Monday night, time for Deranged and Questing. Another episode of the Necromancer's Idiot Apprentice. I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited to be back.
Very much.
Super.
I can tell the excitement is just overflowing.
We all sound excited. We are excited people with emotions and other things that humans feel.
Let's get some electronic in the background.
Absolutely, we should. I mean, that music is just a great pump it up start.
We're all just hungover from the party last week.
Excellent. That's exactly what happened. Before we get into the gameplay, once again, we are joined. I'm Grak Skullcrusher, mighty dwarven barbarian. Joining me are my fellow heroes, Jin, the changeling rogue. Say hi, Jin. There. Ser Doran, the human cleric and worshiper of Lathander. Wait, is Lathander like sweet baby Lathander or like an adult Lathander or just all of the above?
I worship sweet baby Lathander.
Okay.
If I have to call on Big Daddy Lathander, then we're in real trouble.
That's a good point. So I've actually got the pre-roll credits that we'll start doing has worshiping sweet baby Lathander as one of the things. Just for you there, Ser Doran.
Nice.
And of course, with us is our mighty dungeon master, Greg. Yeah,
you forgot my name is number 1, and it's right on the screen is number 2. But shout out to my mommy, Mary, who said she's going to be watching me, so she better have heard this.
You know, I didn't forget your name. I was trying to decide like if I should go with your actual name or like come up with something clever, and then failed to come up with something clever. So then looked like a total idiot. But you know what? That's exactly what Deranged and Questing is all about. And of course, joining us is our special. Let me see if I can get. Oh, I got to get this right. There he is, Adam J, who is playing Abelard, and of course a surprise spirit that we're going to find out about in a few minutes, and I'm super excited for this. But you know what? As usual, I won't keep talking. I will let our super cutting-edge graphics do the talking for me. Here we go.
Previously, I'm the big bad necromancer. Get wrecked, nerds. Mwahaha. Pew, 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 pew. Oof. I'm out of here. Escape.
Huzzah. Master, I got that gem you wanted. Eek! Dink! So, ghosts, help me. Hey, I need 3 heroes. Go and get them for me.
Here they are, sir. Here are your heroes.
Okay, listen up. I need you to get the souls out of this idiot before he explodes and kills us all.
And thus their adventure began. This is Deranged and Questing, the Necromancer's Idiot Apprentice.
Woo! Number 1.
Love
Number
it.
1 stunner intro.
I feel like you should change the intro to now have that, oh no, that Chance came up with, because that was just gold.
Yes, we do need the recording of just that. Oh no.
Well, I'll get right on spending 2 hours to change 1 second of audio. That's the priority in my whole life.
Yes, it is.
I would be good, though.
Well, you know, make all the difference.
So, you know, before Greg takes it away and gets on with the game, just a reminder that when we hit 40 subscribers on Twitch, we will be starting to include bonus content, not only the 3 prequel episodes that lead from the great battle of the Necromancer that you kind of got a little picture of in the prequel the prequel visions. We've got 3 episodes that include that battle, and then how we got from there to the docks where we met Rick Bear and Nacho Man. And we will also be doing the monthly one-shot episode of the Incompetence Guild, which I am so excited about because that idea is just hilarious for me. So if you haven't yet subscribed and you've got an Amazon Prime membership, do that now. It literally takes 2 minutes. Go to gaming.amazon.com. You can sign up via Amazon Prime subscription, subscribe to the account. If you don't, you know what? It's a few bucks, and it's a great investment because I'm telling you, this is going to be the highlight of your week. So with that, take it away, Dungeon Master.
Okay. Let's see. Last session, the group ended up in the Ice Queen's tundra. Shortly after they put the soul of the ice sprites to rest, they discovered a hidden treasure trove that held a broken piece of staff, as well as a bag of magical beans. Jin, who tried to pocket some of them while giving the rest to the group, accidentally fumbled them, and one fell into the ground, sprouting a gigantic statue in Jin's likeness. The statue, for some unknown reason, really did not like Jin, painting her as the worst villain to ever walk the lands, and tried to get everyone to attack her. Just leaving that mess behind them, they crossed a really rickety bridge after talking to a magical sign, and they were attacked by a goblin who said that a statue told them where to find them to kill the villain Jin. Shortly after, they made their way to the Laughing Hawk Forest, where they met a group of pixies, explained their situation to them, and they partied all night long. Highlights were Grak threw up a rainbow filled with Kittles, a generic non-name infringing colorful candies. Abelard's body, which was currently controlled by Jeter, created a magical mechanical bull from thin air. Jin danced her booty off after getting really high, and Ser Doran, with a little prompting from his armor, did a wicked breakdancing routine on the cardboard floor that the pixies laid out for him. And am I missing
It's
something?
amazing
Oh,
that
yeah.
these pixies had cardboard. You know, in a fantasy world that cardboard even exists. It's
Gotta
pretty.
have it
It's pretty
everywhere.
legit
Yeah.
technology.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just does kind of go with the aesthetic of the mechanical bull, though. I feel like it kind of all just developed as parties develop.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can find it. It was from some leftover like grog or something they had in the back, probably. You know.
Yeah.
Fair
A
point.
shipping box of some sort. And the one thing I forgot, Abelard's mother contacted him, to which Jeter had a very interesting reply. If you missed it, it's one of our highlight clips that I put up, I think, yesterday. So that brings us to the present. The group has just slowly started to wake up, with a few pixies roaming around preparing breakfast. The mechanical bull has a circle of pixies laying all around it, and it's unknown if they fell asleep around it or if they were knocked unconscious when they fell off, but they're all breathing and they're in a deep sleep. There are magical rainbow candies all over the ground that birds, squirrels, Jin's bow, and deer are greedily eating, and the group is awoken up to the screams of assassins! So before
do
you
the-
guys
do-
even have...
Do the voice, Greg, like the full voice.
Before the group has a chance to really even take in what's going on, Abelard, he starts coughing a bunch. He gives a loud belch, where with this belch, a mini explosion of force explodes out of his body, kind of hurting you all. So everyone who's not Abelard's about to take 1d8 damage. I'll let you roll it for yourselves. And after that, his eyes roll back into his head, and he sits up, and a new confused soul looks out of his new body and looks out at the group. So
7.
3, 7, and Grak, how much damage did you take?
Sorry, my computer is going a little bit slow.
Then it's 8.
Let's see,
That's your penalty.
8. Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, so the little kid gives a burp, a little soul ghost explosion pops out, and he looks fine though. And there's a new soul in the body of Abelard. So I will let you all take it away. And new soul, you wake up in a skinny boy's body in a weird woodland surroundings, surrounded by a bunch of pixies. I'll let you guys take it from there.
Charles? Oh my god, where am I? Who are you?
Jin is still fast asleep, but you do notice that she's a little different than you saw her the night before.
Oh, she's stepping it up.
She is, in fact, impersonating Grak.
Like there's 2 Graks.
Well, so somehow during the course of the night, she changed into her version of Grak. Like, how accurate are you? Are you trying to go like straight Grak?
No, this is like cartoonish Grak, where all of the best
Like
features
chibi
are
Grak?
just magnified. The
Oh,
hair is
great.
extra long, the horns are
The
extra
best
small.
features.
I'm down for this. This is
So
perfect.
it's like the Yosemite Sam version of Grak, essentially.
Exactly.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So Grak, Grak made a very, he was pretty pissing drunk all night long, but he made one very, very important decision that he found Abelard before Abelard passed out, and he swiped that endless tankard. Do I actually get to keep it, Dungeon Master? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So Grak here, he's got a full tankard, and he sits up. And he looks around, what's going on? And he's like still pretty drunk. And he looks, thank the gods.
Abelard looks over as he sees the dwarf kind of drinking and just taking it. Hello? Who are you?
I'm me. Who are you?
I'm me? I mean, what
is it happening again? I'm too drunk for this. Someone else. Wait a minute. And he looks at the changeling that is suspiciously looking like him, and he looks back at his drink, and he looks all over, and he just kind of lays back down and goes to sleep. Nah, this isn't happening.
Well,
help?
Jin wakes up as the thud of Grak hitting the ground reverberates around the clearing. And Jin bolts straight upright, looks around, looks down at herself, and is like, well, that was a great party. Hi, who are you?
I'm Dolores. Who are you?
Hi, Dolores. I'm not Grak. That's Grak. That's Ser Doran. We're your friends. You partied real hard last night and might not remember some things, and that's okay. You were great.
Okay. I don't know. Have you seen my husband Charles?
No.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
No.
He wanders a lot, but that party, I mean, I guess if I'm here with you, it must be the wow.
Yeah. And you know, we really bonded last night. You really trust us. There's nothing untrustworthy about us at all.
I mean, I guess not. If I'm here, I guess not. Now, since I'm here, I might as well, tidy up a little bit. You guys hungry? You guys look famished.
Oh yeah, we can.
Yes, really
love
hungry.
some breakfast.
Absolutely. Let me get right on that. And you just see Abelard get up and literally walk off as he says that. Just walk off and immediately start. I'm just doing my thing. I'm gonna start cooking.
Oh man, maybe we lucked out. We got a helpful Abelard.
Yeah, Jin kicks Grak awake and is just like, breakfast. Abelard is making breakfast.
Grak popped just right the heck up as soon as he hears the word breakfast, and then he does that thing that they do in the cartoons where the smells lift him on angels' wings and just sort of get him up out of bed, and he kind of follows his nose. But throughout the whole time, he's sort of clutching this thing to him, and he's smelling the food, and everything is just marvelous in Grak's world. He's still very much asleep.
So Dolores, what are you going to prepare for them for breakfast?
So I was going, absolutely. It's a traditional custom in the forest. We typically go out and find some robin eggs. I'll find any type of eggs that we have laying around, and then I'll just do some rummaging if I can find some bacon, maybe some try and make a little hash brown casserole. Make sure that everybody, they said they're my friends. So I'm just going to make sure they're well nourished. Something I would have made for my grandkids when they came and visited, something beautiful.
And Grak still very much drinking and enjoying his liquid breakfast, is going to sort of elbow himself, essentially. Are you still looking like Grak?
Absolutely. Jin, I do not think Jin has noticed that she transformed yet, and has not faced the horror of this new reality.
And Grak's going to be like, why hasn't she come around before? Finally, one who knows how to cook.
I know, right? If we're going to drag this kid around everywhere, might as well do the chores.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that you guys see Dolores, what do you want to pull out of your little soul power?
So I wanted to pull out a 4-burner, like straight up, like kitchen stove with like, I'm pretty sure we have pans and whatnot, but I want to pull out just a 4-burner stove.
Okay, I'm gonna say easy enough. You guys see Abelard just like reach again into thin air that is near him. He pulls out, similar to how he pulled out last night, a gigantic mechanical bull ring. He now pulls out a big 4-burner stove. The gas pipe goes straight into the ground. It collects all of the natural gas that's needed for cooking. A bunch of pans and a little cold box which has all of the ingredients for you to get your breakfast started. And a few of the pixies are looking over. Oh yeah, a few of the pixies are looking over at you guys, and they're like,
excuse me, not to interrupt this lovely scene and you guys preparing breakfast, but we are currently being assaulted by assassins. I was wondering if you would like to participate in not getting murdered anytime soon. Is that cool with you guys?
And yeah, you guys are again, the scream of assassins is going on around you, and as you guys look around you, you guys see pretty much like 4 or 5 giant eagles. And by giant eagles, I mean like wingspan like 8 or 9 feet across, and they're flying through the air. They're tucking in their wings tight into their sides to avoid the branches of the forest. And they're already grabbing and throwing some of the passed out pixies against trees or into the ground. And then as the pixies start waking up, mostly to the smell of this delicious breakfast, which Dolores has already started, they kind of also, they change into animals of their own sort and start to attack the giant eagles, which are attacking people. And the giant eagles start changing animal shape. It's just like pop, 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 like people are turning into animals like crazy. And you guys see like some giant scorpions, a big snake, a black bear. You guys see like a tiny spider who's avoiding an eagle. You see a gigantic spider. You guys see like a medium but still equally interesting spider, and all sorts of animals just start fighting each other. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we might still be high and we should just sit down and eat breakfast.
All right. So,
Well, go ahead.
Doran's going to try to figure out what are the good party fairies, what are they turning into compared to the eagles that are just ripping people apart?
Make me a perception check.
All right, let's see. Hopefully I am not...
First roll of the night.
I'm not too clouded in my judgment from last night. I have a 5.
Don't poop it up.
Not feeling great.
Yeah, you're like who's who, and just it's so quick and so chaotic, and your head hurts so bad that you're not really sure who's what.
So Grak is going to look up at these eagles. He's going to take a moment, and he's going to look over at Dolores and say, if I catch them, can you cook them?
Oh, sweetie, I can cook anything.
All right. Grak.
As Abelard is like just still working at the stove.
Passes his tankard to Abelard and says, hold my beer. I got this. And he's going to draw his axe and go and head in the direction of the nearest breakfast on wings.
I got a question for you. What is in that mug which you have, Andy?
Well, that's for Grak to know.
Is it actual beer?
It's a sour, yeah.
I will give you advantage on every roll this entire combat if you chug that mug right now.
Dude.
Oh, boy. Oh, here it goes.
Oh, man.
Breathe.
Oh, man.
See, unfortunately, you ruined the end of my thing, because after the combat, Grak was going to go back and get his mug and chug it. Like,
well, you could do that.
Twice.
You could get a second one in between turns, but Okay, so you guys are trying to hunt down one of these eagles, and very conveniently and poetic to the storyline, one is just going to swoop down directly in front of you guys. It's going to land, and it's going to quickly shift into a pixie, identical to the ones which you guys have been spending the last 24 hours with. And it's going to say,
Here you are.
and it has a wicked smile on its face. It immediately turns into a gigantic ape, probably about 8 feet tall. Could you throw up the map real quick? I'm going to show you guys a picture of this. Like, this ape is super ugly, like terribly ugly. Just staring at this foul creature from the depths of hell brings involuntary shivers to your body. Like, this beast, this foul ape, strikes fear to the heart of children. This ape has the face that not even a mother could love. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like.
I just know that this is going to be someone that we all know.
Oh, man.
He chose me.
Of all the folks.
Yep. So you could. That's too scary. Take that off of the screen. But yep, you were the first one because you were the first window. So that's what it looks like. So it is terribly scary. And Grak, you definitely have the initiative after that beer chug. It's right in front of you. It's freaking huge. It's like 8 feet tall. What do you want to do?
12 Grak.
Grak is going to look at it. Now, he had his heart set on whatever, you know, the poultry version of eagle is, which is, you know, for a mountain dwarf, it's not uncommon to have eagles for. And he sees this ape. Now, what, like, is it the sort of mountain ape or is it like a forest ape?
Oh, that is a great question. It is definitely a forest-based ape that is overly large and big.
Okay, so he's not familiar with this particular type of breakfast, but he's looking at it, and he's just had a few beers and all of the pixie dust alcohol from the night before, and he decides, you know what? If I catch it, she'll cook it. Thinking about Dolores, so he's going to take a swing because that's pretty much what Grak does.
Okay, make your swings.
And so he's going to rage because I believe the rage would sort of clear his head of the alcohol from the night before.
Yep, it'll just fill with rage instead.
I'm pretty sure if you're a dwarf, that the alcohol helps to power everything and make it better.
And he rolls a nat 20, or no, he rolls an 18.
18, but with your special fraud axe. Oh, I believe I renamed it, right? I can't even pronounce that word. Yeah, the faux axe, because they look so similar in spelling. It makes the initial strike, and then it takes a bite as well. So, Dolores, I'll just explain this for you as a newcomer. This small dwarven barbarian with these rippling bustles takes his gigantic, beautifully engraved axe, swings, chops deep into this gigantic ape's shoulder, and then you see the edge of the axe kind of open up in teeth form, and it takes a few extra bites.
Oh, that's not sanitary.
Now, what cuts of the meat, like, did the axe take a bite out of? Because I went for the shoulder specifically, knowing that there's all that meat, you know, like on the haunch that'll be really nice and roasted. But if it took all of the prime meat and just left me like with the bicep, then Grak's going to be pissed.
Grak's pissed because due to the axe's extensive knowledge of meat cuts, that's exactly what happened.
So Grak starts swearing in Dwarvish at his axe for taking the cut of meat that he wanted.
Okay.
Oh, but he gets 2 attacks on his turn.
Yep.
I forgot.
Take your second attack. You are on deck, Jin.
All right. Jin walks forward, immediately almost trips over her own feet because she's not used to being this short, says, enough of this, turns back into herself, draws her bow, and just straight for the gorilla's face, because that face, it fills her with this unaccountable rage.
Oh, it's very accountable. It's very accountable. Just for all of our listeners who are now watching us actively, the Ape's face looks eerily exactly like Andy Peliquin's face, who you could find on Amazon.com with his amazing books if you want. But
It's a handsome face, but transposed onto a gorilla's body. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely a Harry and the Henderson situation.
So real quick, Grak takes a second swing. He chops again deep into it. It seems that the axe redirected and went right back into that prime shoulder cut, which you were going for. Jin makes her attack with her bow. Jin, so you picked your bow up from literally like in the middle of eating those kittles. The bow is really you take a shot, it's like a cartoon. It shoots like 2 feet straight down. The bow is not feeling great. The bow is
What's going on with you? And that's it. Like Jin is not
bloated.
Bo, I'm worried about you. And in the middle of battle, without like any regard for the fact that they're under attack, Jin gets down, sits down cross-legged, and like cuddles her bow and starts petting it, singing it a lullaby.
Okay, make me a performance check. And while you're doing that, Ser Doran, what you got for me?
All right,
Dolores is on deck.
How many hostiles do we still have running around out here? Quite a few?
Right now in the immediate area, it's just this one gigantic ape that you guys are fighting. Everything else seems too far off right now.
All right. Go ahead. How does Jin make out?
That is 21 for my performance.
Very nice. Okay, we'll get back to that on your next turn.
It's very convincing. I am Ser Doran is going to come up, bring his holy symbol to bear, and he's going to unleash a guiding bolt on this giant monkey.
Excuse me, sir. I'm an ape. I'm not a monkey, and I have feelings too. It's very rude of you to just generalize me. And
just
my name.
Alyssa has less than 11 AC.
Yeah, it's like I would dodge, but my feelings are so hurt that I guess you felt guilty. You just pissed me. Anything else for you, Ser Doran?
If it's talking to me, I am definitely going to rethink what I'm about to do. But no, I'm just going. Doran will just work on getting a little bit better positioning. Keep an eye on Abelard Dolores or Abelores, and
okay, Abelores, you are up. You're like 20 feet away. You're cooking breakfast. Things on the stovetop seem to be pretty well in hand at this point. You got a few seconds. What do you want to do in this situation?
So I turn around and I see, just this short little man swing into him, and then all of a sudden I see this female just sitting there, just singing a lullaby. I walk over and I put my hand on her shoulder. I'm like, sweetie, I got you. I'll take care of you. You take care of that. And Dolores is going to just step forward, and she's going to wild shape into a massive brown bear, and she's just going to roar. And immediately, like as you're looking, she steps in front of Jin in a very maternal instinct to protect. And she's going to kind of just step down and look and just roar, and immediately just go swipe in with her claws and her bite.
This means so much.
Dolores,
you have access to a giant bear, so you could hit both of those attacks if you see it in the character sheet area.
Yes. Oh wait, no, it's not coming up.
What was in this booze? Everyone's just shape-shifting. What's going on? Didn't shape-shifting, but pixies are shape-shifting, Abelard shape-shifting.
You're behind the time, Ser Doran. Get with the shape-shifting.
You got it for me?
Yeah.
I had it, but it went away.
Okay. So your bite attack, 24 to hit. That's going to hit. 12 piercing damage. And the claw is a 12 to hit, so that's not going to do it. But so you see Abelores just comfort Jin, turn into a gigantic bear, and then just take a bite out of this freaking gigantic ape's arm, and you see blood and fur come out, and then another swipe. But
And as she gets done biting, she's just going to kind of step back and just stand right in front of Jin.
Okay. That's up to the what's this thing called? A giant ape. It's gonna make a few attacks. It's what? That doesn't make sense. Rock attack. Okay. It's gonna make 2 quick swipes with the fist at Grak, which 15 and 19 to hit. To either of those
19 hits.
The 19 shall.
Okay. And for the 19, let me just... it's going to be 9 points of damage, which you will reduce to half. And then I guess the rock attack will go at the bear. And the rock attack will be a critical strike.
The people's elbow.
Oh no.
That is
Bears have lots of hit points. It's all
I
right.
feel like you missed a really golden opportunity to do a barrel attack, Greg. Like, not gonna lie.
That I got to build up to it, and I definitely thought of that in advance. So, your bear form takes 16 points of damage.
Ow.
She's
Solid
hurting,
strike.
but she's fine. She's still alive.
And then the ape goes, "Hey, someone talks to me by barrels. Also, they have changed voices. It's no big deal because we do that all the time." Grak, you were up for your second round.
All right, Grak is now. Let me ask you this: so Grak has the frenzy, which is double attack. So how many attacks does he get?
You're gonna have 3 attacks total this round.
Okay. All right. So Grak is going to take all of those attacks. He's going into a frenzy, starting with his first attack.
And you're recklessly attacking, or
No, just a frenzy. So an 18, sorry, a 25.
Okay,
crit.
and roll your other 2. Let's roll them all at the
I'm
same
working on it.
time and then I'll freaking break out a supercomputer to do all this math for you, millions of points of damage, which you're gonna do.
Oh man,
Very
24.
low rolls, man. Yeah.
yeah, lots
And
of
then-
ones.
I'm just gonna miss.
15.
Yep. Okay,
He
so
doesn't have the feat to reroll his ones for damage, right? Wow.
nah,
No.
you got the great weapon.
You roll
master.
3 ones for damage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
So now Grak gets a little crazier, and he's swinging a little bit more reckless. The first 2, all 3 hit, but the only first 2 do damage. But now that the giant ape is expecting it, it's just kind of grazing him. It's not doing as much as it was in the past. Jin, you are singing to your bow. You are taking care of it. You do see
Yes.
your bow. It doesn't have eyes, but it looks up at you with pleading wood grains, and it seems super, super, super sick. It gives you that look of like, "Mommy, what will I ever feel better? My tummy hurts." And it communicates all this to you through its wood grain body language.
Please just hold on a little bit. I can't lose someone else. I'm already doing all of this to save my brother. I can't lose you too. So just hold on right here. I'm gonna put you down, and these pixies are gonna take care of you for just a minute, honey, while I deal with this very, very strange ape. And then we're gonna come get to the bottom of this. Okay?
It just plays there.
Well, Jen
Drugs.
doesn't actually go very far because she cannot pull herself away from this distressed mimic bow. It is beyond her. So from right next to it, with like still kind of a hand on it, is going to throw a firebolt at the gorilla
Okay.
thing.
Oh, got it.
And with a 7, definitely is very distracted by her bow's state and is not aiming correctly because that is a 7.
Okay. So you sit back down, you grab the bow in your arms again and keep comforting it.
Yeah.
Ser Doran, what you got for me?
How is this giant ape looking? Is it looking bloodied?
It's looking like it's got some damage, but it's still going strong.
All right. That guiding bolt didn't work last time, but I'm gonna charge it up and fire away at higher level this time. And
Okay.
Doran's gonna see what he can do. That's a lot of dice. A 26. So I rolled a 19,
20.
and it hits for 23 radiant damage.
Damn, that's pretty dope. So you put this much more powerful guiding bolt, just blammo whammo, and the ape. I'm gonna probably do a third voice because I forget what the first two are already. But he's just like, "Yowzers in my trousers! That was terrible. I never want to experience that again."
Where would the ape have learned "yowzers in my trousers"? I feel like ape culture would not be exposed to expressions like that.
So "yowzers in my trousers" is its own separate story, which I will have on like its own separate one shot at some point. It's a long story. Abelard, you see what's going on? What you want to do?
The first thing that Dolores is going to do is she's going to just kind of like look back and put her nose in the air, and she's going to use her keen sense of smell to see if the breakfast is burning yet.
With your keen sense of smell and your motherly instincts, the breakfast is not burning. It's got time and it's cooking very well.
After smelling, knowing just precisely that the bacon isn't burning yet, she thinks to herself, okay, I still got a few minutes. I got to take care of these people. Let's go. And then she's going to use her bite attack, and she's just going to go right for the throat, knowing that
So aggressive.
knowing that she has advantage on this one. And then, Greg, you still have that up because it's not coming. It's not letting me roll it.
Yep, no problem. Bite. 23 to hit. I'll roll again just in case you crit. You don't. 11 piercing damage with the bite attack.
And she's going to follow it up with her claw attack again. She's going to multi-attack with a 14.
Okay. 14 is going to hit. 7 more slashing damage. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit worried, a little bit panicked.
And then she's just going to kind of like look up, and she's just going to roar, and she's just going to spray everything that she ripped off of the gorilla right back on it. And she's going to maternally instinct to step back and kind of envelop these people as much. She can protect them as much as she can.
Okay. The ape goes. So now that the ape, he's like, God, who put me in charge of doing more than one voice? Oh God!
Why did the ape keep changing? Oh gosh!
The ape sounds exactly like my normal voice. So the ape's like, "Hey, I'm from Brooklyn now. Oh, look, I'm working on my voice routine. So this is the one I'm going to do this round. Oh, I got my barrels now. Boom, boom, boom." And people start tossing him barrels, and he's going to throw one barrel at everybody. The first one at Grak is going to miss. The one that is tossed at Ser Doran is going to hit him.
Oh, no.
Ser Doran, you are going to take 18 points of damage, and you are going to be completely covered in the liquid of whatever the next comment in the chat is, which I'll get to in a second.
No.
The one that is going to hit Abelard is going to hit with a 27. Is going to take 8 points of damage only, and the one that's going to go for Jin will miss with a 13.
All right.
So you are very lucky, Ser Doran. And I'm going to say that this may distract someone for the next round, but you were hit with an exploding barrel of beer.
Okay.
It could have been much worse. So thank you very much, Servant
Grak might
2000.
actually have his heart broken. Beer just got wasted.
Mm-hmm.
It's Grak's turn. It's
I feel
Grak's turn to go, isn't it?
I should make a roll to see if Grak literally has a heart attack or if he doesn't, but I'll save it for later. Grak, it is your turn.
Here's what happens. Grak is already, he's pissed at his axe, right? Because it's taken all the best meat that it was intending to have. And then it sees this massive gorilla ape thing throw a barrel at Ser Doran. That's already, mad enough. And then he sees what it is. And it is like primo quality beer from the halls of the Mountain King, like the best beer, the beer that he's been sort of dreaming about, that he's been hoping that tankard fills up, and it's just not filling for some reason. It's not getting that beer, and he sees it go into waste. And he is like he double rages, which isn't a thing, but he rages so hard. He rages so hard that he swings and he rolls a natural 20 to hit, and he swings again and he rolls a 22, 15 plus 7, and then he rolls again and he has a 17 plus 7 for a 24. So he has dealt all the damage that is just burning in his heart, all this rage because of all that fine beer going to waste.
Okay, that this creature is now looking very panicked. It it clearly targeted out you for, it is sort of regretting what it came here to do. Jin, before you even say a word, as you were comforting your poor bow,
say less.
You're rubbing its back. The bow starts changing shape a small bit, and the normal mouth appears on it, but it gets very large, and it starts to vomit. It vomits something which you may or may not remember from last night, a gigantic rainbow. And out of this rainbow, a lot of the kittles come flying out. Additionally, a lot of bones come out, and this big unprocessed hunk of rancid meat lodges out at the end like a gigantic hairball out of a cat.
So, considering I was bent over it lovingly, I'm assuming this is all in my face now.
Just splattering all over. Jim.
Yes, and the big chunk of rancid meat is now in your lap.
Ew.
But it gives a burp, and it gives you a little bit of a smile, as if it feels a little bit better.
I pet it, grab the hunk of rancid meat, and chuck it at the gorilla.
Nice. Make me a dexterity check, please. Or strength. It's your choice.
I will happily do a dexterity check.
We definitely do not hear that, here we go, and I know who you are in real life, because that would be copyright infringement. However, we do hear waste the rainbow.
Waste the rainbow. Nice.
These are clearly Kittles, a non-trademark infringing candy.
This hunk of disgusting rotten meat covered in Kittles and some rainbow shards gets lobbed at the gorilla with a 25.
Okay, so you throw it at the gorilla, and the gorilla who's looking at someone to bite, it goes right into the gorilla's mouth, and he starts choking out. It's like, and he is in a bad place between a lot of wounds, especially the most recent round inflicted by Grak, and is now choking on rancid meat. And now Ser Doran goes.
So the gorilla looks like it's in bad shape, and first of all, does my armor just try to start absorbing all the beer that got thrown on it? Do I have how does my armor feel about this? Covered in beer. Does it just start absorbing it?
Let's see.
Flopping
what
wet.
your?
Do I have an alcoholic mimic?
In this case, yes, because it was the good ale, which you were able to clearly say, because it on the side of the broken barrel it says, from the mountain that Grak came from, and the best ale trademark.
Yeah. It's got lots of X's on the side of the barrel.
Yeah, but the X's are how awesome it truly is. Your armor starts to drink it up.
All right, Doran is confused about what this giant hill ape is doing. It sounds like it's at least semi-intelligent. So he's going to actually try to knock it unconscious with his mace instead of blasting it with the spell.
Okay.
because I don't want to kill it outright. Doran's not known for his martial prowess, though, so we'll see what happens. Do I get advantage or?
Sure.
It is choking.
Well, I did roll.
It
I
is
rolled a
choking,
19
yes.
anyway, so I think that should be good.
Do another one in case you crit. For non-D&D players out there, a critical strike means
Thank you to the DM.
if you roll a 20, which is the highest on the 20 side, you basically double your damage dice. So
I got
okay.
5, so I do a total of 13 damage.
Okay, so you come in swinging super hard. The beer muscles that your armor provides you with the extra thing, you just go crack it in the side of the head. It's not unconscious, but it's swaying. It's still up. It's looking really rough. Anything else for you, Ser Doran?
He's just gonna. Doran's just gonna try to keep his distance and hefty shield in front of him. Hopefully, not get hit by anything too gross like vomit or anything like that from this gorilla, and hope for the best.
Okay. Abelard, you're up.
The first thing that she's gonna do is she's gonna look back and look at Jin to see like what's going on, see if she still needs protecting. She sees the crazy rainbow puke coming out of. She has no idea where it's coming out of. She just sees it's coming out of somewhere. But then she's gonna look past her and kind of smell for the breakfast one more time to make sure it's not that it's not burning. So your keen sense.
The breakfast, will be ready for flipping in exactly 24 seconds.
24 seconds, perfect. So she knows she knows she has a few seconds she can take care of some stuff. She's then just going to kind of reach over, kind of position herself, and just make 2 claw attacks.
Okay. Both of them are going to hit. 16 total and 20 total. So 12 and...
She saw where Ser Doran was hitting on one side, and she's going to kind of come over and just hit on the other side.
Okay. With these 2 claws slashing deep into the neck, the creature starts bleeding more. It's looking very rough. It's looking like it wants to run. It's also showing the universal sign for choking, asking for CPR assistance. And its turn, actually, before its turn, you guys see flying around it and a flying near you guys and starts flying above it. Yavia Big Song, the leader of the Pandomius proper pyro tribe, and she says,
What a party foul, you beer killer!
And she flies above it, and she turns into a gigantic whale. And she falls about 30 feet, and the ape, you guys just take a step back if you're close, and she angled it pretty well, and this ape just goes splat. And from underneath the whale's gigantic body, you see a tiny pixie hand that's sticking out. And then Queen Yavia Bingsong turns back into herself, and that is the end of our combat. So at this point, everything around you's gotten underhand. All of the assassins seem to be dead on the ground. There are a few dead pixies. The assassins who came in creature form were actually pixies themselves, and they reverted back to their normal form after dying. A pixie is going around, and she's asking, does anybody need healing? I'm here for healing if anybody needs some healing. Anybody?
I do, help! Doran is
okay, sir.
Looking very
sir,
bloody.
let me look you over. Oh my god, it seems like your chakras and your chi are totally off. Okay, hold on. Let me and she reaches into her pouch and she's like, I have some restorative drops. These things are all natural, organic, no magic involved, no science involved. So now that this is treated, all your wounds will be healed in 3 to 4 weeks. My name is Spring Apple. If you want to take some of my business cards and pass them around, I deal with strictly herbal medicines. Anybody else? Is anybody else injured?
I'm not a little injured, not a lot injured, but my bow just vomited a lot, and I feel like I should see a doctor about that. And I don't think Ser Doran really gets along with mimics and things. So, do you know anything? Please help me. I say, while covered in rainbow vomit.
The sprite's like, oh yes. I have this natural wood polishing cream, no chemicals. It's guaranteed to work, although results will vary. It is 100% theoretically perfect in every way. However, sometimes it doesn't work, but it's all natural. And for your, do you have any wounds yourself?
I mean, a little bit, but don't even worry about me. I heard what you said, store in 4 to 5 weeks. That sounds like my normal healing time. So I'm just going to concentrate on my bow.
No. This is accelerated healing, but don't expect it to be too fast because that would be unnatural.
Of course. Thank you.
Then you go up to you. Oh my God, Mrs. Bear, ma'am, are you okay?
And at that point, Dolores just kind of like wild shapes back into Abelard, and she goes, "Oh, sweetie, it's okay. I need to go tend to the breakfast." And she just walks past, and she like kind of looks over everybody, makes sure everybody's safe, and then she walks right back to the breakfast, and she keeps tending over the skillets.
Okay, and she goes up to Grak, and she's like, "Here's some restorative drops. These will cure you 3% faster, so they are definitely effective, and they have results."
Grak pops the bottle and drinks them all down, and kind of like he's thinking it's a drink, and he kind of tosses the bottle over his shoulder. Like, thanks, Lassie. I needed a wee dram after that fight, and he sets about carving up. Oh wait, the ape. It was an ape, and now it's a little tiny pixie, right?
Yes, completely smushed flat.
So he is looking at it, trying to figure out how he can get breakfast out of it. He's not so sure because in his mind he saw this ape, and he's having a hard time processing the difference between the ape that he saw and this little tiny pixie. So he's kind of like focused on that. So he drinks the draft and tosses it, and he's kind of standing there.
She looks like she's going to tell you how much it costs and try to ask you some money for it, but she sees you covered in blood and what you just did, and she just shakes her head and leaves. And
probably wise. I would have just stolen the money back.
As you say that, Jin, you hear a voice behind you, and it's just like, "What is that I hear about stealing, miss?" And you turn around, and there is an elf who is behind you, who's dressed in a very nice business suit. And around his neck, he has a lanyard with an identification card. And he says, "I am Mr. Aubrey." And it sounds like a girl's name, but it's not. "And I am from BPS. I believe you are familiar with us."
No, I think you have the wrong girl.
No, I am
Technically, you look like a guy, so a dwarf.
Yeah, are you still in Grak?
No.
She switched back.
I switched back to Jin.
Okay.
Well,
That would have been more helpful.
regardless of you knowing about us or not, I am Mr. Aubrey. I am from Bow Protective Services. Does that ring a bell? I've gotten some reports about a bow extremely sick, drinking and eating kittles. And while they are lovely and you waste the flavor, they are not for children. Do you know of what I'm talking about, miss?
I mean,
Is this the bow in question? And he's looking at your bow.
This bow is perfectly fine currently, and Ser Doran, you're good with kids. Tell them what a good bow parent I am.
Oh, Ser Doran, by your trappings, well, I would say you would be a cleric of Lathander, but your outfit is god awful.
There's not a lot you could do out in the wilderness.
If there was a child in that outfit, I would have to take them straight away from their parents. But sir, what's that look for? Are you giving me that look as if you don't know what you're wearing?
I don't like the insinuation that a cleric would have a child in his outfit. I'm taking offense to that.
Yeah, a little on the nose.
I misspoke. Apologies, Holy Father. But as a man of the cloth, I expect you to be completely honest with me, as per your God's tenets. Has this woman treated her bow in a way not of the standards of bow treatment?
As far as I've observed, I have not seen any abusive tendencies by Jin to their bow.
Well, the bow does look to be healthy at this time, although a little bit peckish. Hopefully that, oh God, that delicious breakfast.
What do bows eat, though?
Actually, yes. Now that you're here, I really want to be a good bow parent. Can you? And Jin swings an arm around his shoulders and it's like, looking him straight in the head. Could you tell me a little bit about, what's the perfect diet for a bow? Should I be sending it to school and get some education for bows? Should I be reading to it at bedtime? How many hours of sleep should I be making sure it gets?
Oh dear.
She's taking all those.
Yes.
I wish more parents were like you, willing to learn how to be a better parent for their bow. Let me give you all the necessary information here.
While he is giving me all the necessary information, I would like to try to pickpocket him.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's brazen.
Make a sleight of hand check.
He's taking on BPS.
Yo, man.
Oh, what? 16?
16.
16. Okay. So you pull out of his back pocket his wallet.
But his BPS ID is on his lanyard, right? Yeah. So there's no official credentials she could eventually use to steal stuff and masquerading as a BPS agent.
I mean, if you want to go and try to steal his lanyard, that's a much higher DC, but
I'm good for now. I'll just pocket the wallet.
And he says, "Oh yes, I am so glad to hear that you want to be a better parent. Here's all this literature. You could catch us on the world's wizard web.
Yeah,
it's just basically you go up to a spider web and you whisper the wizard's name, which is mentioned in the book, and you will be able to get more information. And I guess you pass this inspection."
Thank you. It means so much to me that you believe in me.
We are able to do a spot inspection in the next year, so please be on your best behavior and have a good day. I'm going to see if I can get me some of those pancakes and eggs.
Absolutely. Anything that is ours is yours.
So we have a command from the audience. Someone redeemed their channel points to get Jin to go for the lanyard. So Jin, roll for the lanyard.
You gonna wait till he eats or something to help you out a little bit?
Yes, I am going to actually wait. What I am going to do is try to stealthily put some of the really, really intense pixie dust on his eggs to try to get advantage for going for the lanyard.
Okay. So between, I'm sure, the group as a whole trying to distract him, make an advantage sleight of hand check.
All right, let's do this. This is when I get the 1-1.
Nah, I have faith.
Oh, for a 26.
26 for the lanyard.
Thank God. I didn't want to have 2 episodes of dealing with the DPS. Thank God.
Saved by advantage there.
So during the course of breakfast, Jin leaning over and talking to him with deft hands, you're able to unclip it and slip it off of him and slip it into your pocket. And he says, "Oh well, thank you all for the breakfast. I appreciate it. I need to make my way to Written, where I need to go check on some recurve bows that have been underfed, and I'll be on my way."
Keep up the good work.
And he
Don't know
walks
what we
off.
would do without your agency.
I know what you will do with his agency in the future. So you guys could, oh God, you're a changeling. You're just going to change to be his picture. No. I'm like, how are they going to change the picture? It doesn't matter. Okay. For if you want a special one shot where Jin pretends to be a Bow Protection Services agent and does 10 household visits, get us 40 subscribers by the end of the month.
And I will steal all the money and bows from multiple households while pretending to be a Bow Protection Services agent.
Okay. God, now let's. I think I had a story somewhere here. Let's see. Okay, so you guys, everything's calmed down. Dolores has cooked you probably the best meal you've eaten in years. Years.
Cannot wait to eat.
And your bow, Jin, is looking a little bit better. It's
Good.
looking a lot better.
Do I know what to feed it and what I did wrong now that I have all this literature?
Oh, yeah. You make a investigation check to quickly read through the literature and try to
Make a
find what you're
reading
looking
check.
for.
Are you?
That would be a
Damn,
12.
A good
Solid.
reader, you are nerd. So you flip to the
nerd
part
out.
that's clearly clearly titled "Things to Feed Your Bow and Things to Keep Out of Its Mouth." And oh god, I'm thinking of something dirty. And it says a few things that the bows could eat, and it says some bows sometimes develop meat allergies and have to go vegetarian. So you're thinking that may be the case with your bow.
Oh,
Right.
I love it even more now.
Does it have a gluten sensitivity too?
You have to get a full wood blood work done to figure out all that stuff, but
Whole
that's
panel.
probably the way to go for the future.
I'm going to put it on a special, all vegan, all Whole Foods diet. It's going to be great. This Mo and I are about to have like just such a better time.
Okay, and it nibbles on some of your pancakes. Or I guess if you're going vegan, that's a different story, but
Nope. Yeah, no pancakes.
Oh,
okay.
gosh.
An
I'll let you
apple.
figure that out. An apple, yes. A natural milk apple from the woods. Okay, so what do you guys want to do from here? The pixies are cleaning up the party. They're cleaning up the disaster of the attacks. They're tending to their wounded.
I guess we kind of need to figure out what we're doing because we're here for something. Like we're here to put to rest the souls, and we partied hard last night. So we should go put some souls to rest as soon as we're finished with this delicious breakfast, down to the very last crumb.
Yeah.
But so like Grak has been staring at the corpse of what should have been a delicious breakfast. Like he's eating breakfast, right? He's enjoying the breakfast, but every few seconds he kind of looks over at the corpse of what should have been an even bigger, heartier breakfast. And he's wondering what's going on. So when he finally finishes, he gets up and walks. The queen is somewhere nearby, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And he's gonna say, "What the bloody hell was that? Why were there monsters and then not monsters and then little pixie things? What's going on here? What were these assassins doing, attacking us? And why did they look like breakfast?"
Did they turn back into anything after we fought them, or they?
Yes, all the ones which were fighting in animal form changed back into pixie form.
Yeah, okay.
And they were usually killed in their pixie form at that point. In the case of the one that you got smushed under the gigantic whale, it's just so much damage that it just transferred straight into the pixie body and was just splatums. The queen gave you a big song. She's floating at eye level with whoever she's talking to, and she says,
Well, first off, I don't know what you mean by breakfast, but they were part of a terrorist cell of pixies who just want to suppress us. They want to suppress free speech and freedom and love and happiness and everything that is good in this life. They are the worst of the worst, and they are not welcome in our forest.
I thought we were told. So Doran's gonna ask. So when we were escorted here, we were told there was only one group of pixies in the forest. There's only one clan. Is that not true, or are they not from here?
Well, there is only one clan of pixies here. There's some rabble and trash, but they don't qualify as anything worth noting.
See, all right.
That tracks.
Like, if you have a house and the house is filled with you four beautiful creatures, do you say, oh, the roaches live here too? No, you just let them do whatever they do. We don't actually kill them. We're not a violent people.
Question, just to get our story straight, because we are kind of on a mission. Did any of them get killed by the necromancer? Are we gonna have to deal with them? Can we just deal with you directly? Like, I'm all for you guys. You're fun partying, but like, we need to know these things.
Oh, yes, you will be dealing with us directly. They have no stake or interest in this. We're the only ones who matter in this forest. We're the only creatures of note, and you are in our safe hands, and we will not let anything bad happen to you.
Well, Jin is a very selfish rogue, and this logic absolutely makes sense to her, so she's not questioning this.
Grak is
Sir,
still just disappointed about breakfast, really.
Sir Grak, you, I see how disappointed you are at not being able to eat what was an ape, which I assume is a delicacy in your culture, but I have a present for you that may cheer you up, something to tidy you up a bit. It's a tie, it's a dwarven tie to help clean up all of that.
and she's looking at you and pointing to you, and you look down and your beard is just covered in kittles, in dirt, in food, in like rainbow colors, which is a side effect of the rainbow vomit, all the typical dwarf beard things that aren't a big deal, but
She says, give it a try and it'll help to clean up your beard.
and it's the dwarven tie is like a dwarven beard clip that dwarves wear.
A dwarven beard clip.
What's the proper word for it? I don't know. Right?
To be honest, I've never worn anything in my beard, so I guess I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's like in like the Lord of the Rings and all of the movies where they have the fancy decorations in the beard. You say
or whatever. Yeah.
the first thing I guess I was explaining was like one of those hair clips, but just like on the beard.
Yeah.
No. Like this is a proper dwarven beard tie.
Can it be very rainbow, though?
Yes. She says, "Of course, Jin."
Of course, Jin, and I will change it to a rainbow color right now, where it'll be locked in that color forever.
Thank
And
you.
she hands it to you, Grak, and you put it on, I assume.
Yes, sure, why not?
So you put it on, and like nothing really seems to happen, but everyone else who's looking on, as soon as he puts it on, his beard is instantly clean. It's brushed, it's groomed, it's looking like a majestic dwarven king's beard. It is perfect and immaculate and beautiful. Grak, they are looking at you like, oh my God, he looks so freaking good. But you're looking down, you like kind of see what they're looking at, but it's an illusion to you and you can see through it. But everybody else, they see this clearly, like it's the perfect beard, but it's a beautiful illusion that makes you look a lot more majestic. Okay.
So we are planning on heading out to the tree later tonight. If you had anything that you want to do before that, you can. We'll probably leave in like an hour. Is there any other questions I could answer you? And as for your test last night, since we don't really remember too much of what happened, you clearly passed. If you were sticking in mud, you would have stuck out. There are lots of stories that are going around. I'll try to collect them all at some point. But, any other questions for me?
No, I'm good. We're just going to keep eating breakfast and chilling. And this hangover is really bad. And I'm trying to smile through it, but I'm going to take a nap.
Doran's going to wrangle up some of the pixies that were injured too, and he'll cast some area healing on everybody to try to get us up to fighting shape so we can move out of here pretty soon.
Okay, just mark off your spell slots, and as you're doing that, the pixie who you met earlier, named Spring Apple, she comes over and she's just like, oh my God, you're killing them. They're going to have long-term side effects and they're going to die. This is terrible. You don't know what magical healing does. I don't care if they're going to die. It doesn't matter. And she goes on a rampage for 5 minutes, but is just pulled away slowly by some of the freshly healed pixies who are very glad that they're not going to die of infection.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, it's okay. It's divine healing. It's all right. And
no way! You know what that does. You're killing them, and
I'm pretty sure it doesn't cause cancer.
But you don't know.
So everyone's gonna heal for 8.
Wonderful.
So us, the pixies, everybody.
Every single person.
That's
it's the best healing spell ever.
Doran is still not looking great, but I'm assuming you're going to get a rest, so I'll take some rest hit dice.
Yeah, as you guys are finishing up breakfast, you guys can take a short rest. Use hit dice if you need them.
Yeah, Abelard, I guess the name is now.
Abelard, yeah.
She would have looked around and she would have seen Ser Doran doing that, and she would have seen everybody healing up and him sitting there by himself. She would have just kind of sauntered over and just touched him and said, you know what? You did a great thing today, taking care of everybody. Here you go. And she's going to heal you for... Let's do that. She's going to heal you for 7.
Nice.
So Doran is full.
You get a 2nd level cure wounds. And then she's going to go back to cleaning the pots, even though they're magical. She doesn't know that. She's going to go back to cleaning up.
At some point before we take off, Jen is going to go try to find a shower because while she was willing to nap covered in rainbow, she doesn't actually want to live covered in rainbow, unlike Grak. So yes, Jen is going to at some point change and also change form just enough that anyone that the statue might send after her might not recognize her. So she's changing her hair. I think we're gonna go with bright unnatural red and just kind of borrowing some new clothes out of linens from the pixies or something to have a new cloak or something. Yeah.
And Grak, like every good dwarf, is going to take advantage of the bacon grease in the bottom of the thing and comb it into his beard to really get the full effect.
That is very true. And your beard looks even more majestic than it did a few minutes ago. Okay.
As Dolores sees Grak do that, she kind of looks down at him, which she thinks she is. She looks down at him and says, "I'm sorry, sweetie. Was breakfast not enough for you? Are you still hungry?"
Well, I could always eat a little more.
Well, I think I might have something for you. How about this? And she reaches in, and you see her kind of move her hand a little bit, and a little like greenish spark of energy sprouts up, and you see 10 berries appear in her hands. And she hands you this and says, "Go ahead and eat this. Why don't we just tie that tummy over for you?"
Dessert! And he eats them.
So you just got back 1 hit point, and you are full.
Yeah.
It is enough nutrition to last you for a day.
Yeah, good berries fill you up. They're very
Yep.
filling.
And then before they move out, she just kind of like, she's gonna try and sneakily put them in people's packs, as a grandmother would do, just kind of like as they're walking away. Here's a little what are those little caramel delights as the kids leave the house. So she's gonna just sneakily put 2 in Ser Doran, 2 for Jin, and then 2 for Grak.
Are they the soft ones or like the hard Werthers?
Listen, sweetie, a grandmother never tells.
You're gonna have to find out the hard way and break your back teeth.
Yeah.
You're just
They're
gonna
very good dental.
You're just gonna put it in your mouth. It's gonna be in there for 3 hours. It's okay. So yes, and then everybody, you have 2 good berries.
All right.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Things will keep you full. Okay. So the hour passes, and Yavi, a big song, she flies over and she says,
It is time to go to the tree. It's going to be a long walk, and we're going to end up climbing through the high tree branches. So make your final preparations. We leave in 5 minutes.
and if there's nothing else,
Grak's final preparation is to get his tanker to refill and empty it
and
in good
you do
dwarven
that.
fashion.
That's good.
Jin's final preparation is asking the pixies if they wouldn't mind giving her some of this amazing bounty of drugs for the road for future occasions. Because she wants to take the party with her.
One of the pixies, they look at you and they're like,
What part of looking at us, you mother, makes you think that we're not partying the whole way there?
I mean, I assume, but I will one day leave this place and I must take it to other lands and send people back, the best partiers, to party with you.
Oh, we're going hard, don't you worry, and we'll send you with a little goodie bag on the way out.
Thank you. You guys are the best.
Since you don't know our culture, I'll let this little slip-up slide. Let's go do a lot of drugs and drink and climb 200 feet in the air on very small tree branches.
That sounds fantastic. Where have you been all my life?
okay, so you guys start climbing, and at some point, it's creepy how certain branches reach down to the ground, and they're pretty thick at this point, like 3 or 4 feet wide, and you guys start climbing up into the tree branches, and eventually all the branches are interconnected or an easy enough hop over. For the pixies, it's not a big deal because they fly, but you guys are walking and hopping and slipping occasionally, and they said it's going to be like a 4-hour walk. You guys are like 3 hours into it, and you guys start to lag behind. It's getting tougher, and you guys are pretty high up there, and they're kind of looking over their shoulders at you with these looks of questioning. That like they're not being rude to say, "Hey, well, hurry the hell up," but what are you guys gonna do to kind of keep up?
I look around at the group and listen, how about we can I just pull everybody off to the side. I need to talk with somebody here for a second. I'm going to walk over to the trees, and I'm going to use a speak with plants.
Okay.
So a speak with plants, you imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving you the ability to communicate for like simple commands. And you can question plants about events and the spell's area within the past day, gaining information. Or you can turn ordinary terrain where plants are pleasant into difficult terrain. And this is my question for you as the DM. If it is difficult terrain, am I able to make it undifficult terrain?
That depends on how your conversation with the tree goes. So you can't speak with plants.
Yes,
how do you start
absolutely.
this conversation?
Oh, listen here, sweetie. You look so tired. It's so high up. Do you get enough water? Are you taken care of?
Yo, it's your boy Tree. What's up? Oh, God, I haven't spoke to anybody in so long. What it do? Yo, I've been trying to get more water up in here, but the rain be like, nah, son, I ain't coming out all the time. And, like, other trees are blocking me, and I don't get all the sun I want. I'm just trying to get my respect, son.
Listen, sweetie, let me help you out. And she's going to pull out Abelard's water skin, and she's just going to kind of pour it on the roots. And she's like, here's some. I know it's the most I got. Water. If I had more, I'd give you some more. But here, can you help us? Can you? I mean, everybody within 30 feet can hear me. I just need you guys to kind of help us get back to our group a little bit quicker. And I'll tell you what, everybody also put some water on you.
Make a advantage persuasion check for me. It'll be decently low DC. Damn, nat
21.
20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
So the tree is like, yo, good looks with that water, son. Yo, I'm going to put you in like a small secret here. Me and the trees, we talk, yo. Our roots are touching each other. I could talk to all the trees here. So I'm going to tell you what. Okay, your cleric friend there is making some obscene gestures. I don't like that. I'm just saying.
Oh, don't worry about him. I'm going to have a talk with him later. Don't worry.
Yo, but I'm going to talk to my boys, and we're going to hook you up. We're going to make this trip so much easier, okay?
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody, I need you to take your water out, and I need you to just dump it on his roots a little bit. He's just a little thirsty. He's a thirsty boy, okay? He's a thirsty boy. This tree right here where I'm standing. And not the beer, Grak. I saw you drinking that tank, and he doesn't like that. So now I just need you to pour the water.
I mean,
how does this?
I wouldn't be opposed to a beer. I wouldn't be opposed to a beer, but
hey, Grak, never mind. Grak, never mind. He wants the beer, so just one pour, okay? Not too much.
Yeah.
He's still a growing boy, and she taps
my
the tree.
homies.
She taps the tree.
Has Grak heard the way the tree is speaking, or is it only
Abelard.
It is literally Abelard staring at a tree, and nothing is going on. You hear Abelard speaking out loud what he's saying, but nothing is talking to him. He's just a crazed lunatic talking to a tree. But
okay, because I feel like if Grak had heard that guy, talking like your average YouTube streamer, he would have been like, "Hell no, am I giving him beer?" But because he hasn't heard, he doesn't know how like low IQ this tree sounds, and so gives it the beer.
Yo, so you think before you leave that you get your boys to buy my mix CD real quick?
You mix what?
CD.
What's the CD? Is it like a seed and it D's and like a seed that drops? Do you drop it like a base? You drop the base?
It's a seed distributor. CD. You take it and you drop seeds all over and distribute them.
I'll tell you what. Let me talk to my nephew and let me talk to his son. And he is a record producer over in Written. And I'll tell you what, he'll come back up here and he'll take care of you. Just like I took care of you.
Oh, good looks, yeah. Well, I'm going to talk to the trees. You guys be on your way. I feel like this was an awesome conversation. Please come back and talk to me. I'm so bored. I got these dumb trees to freaking talk to, yo.
Oh, don't worry. I'll come back on my way through, and I'll see you. And we'll sit down. We'll have a nice little convo.
Good looks. 1.
Okay, bye. Please just thank you.
Gives a little branch.
So you guys see all of a sudden the tree branches that you guys are walking across get a lot closer to each other. So whatever you guys are planning, which will have to be minimal at this point because that was an amazing job, will be with advantage. So anything that you guys want to do to make this trip a little bit easier, speed things up?
Grak is going to have another drink because time goes by faster when you're loaded. It won't help him keep up, but it'll make the trip go a lot faster.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you two gonna do to help keep Grak up?
Yeah, Doran is already spooling out some rope. And,
that's what I was gonna say.
Starting a lifeline with Grak somewhere in the middle, so that if he takes a tumble, we'll be all right.
What could probably work is tie that tankard to the rope and just dangle it above him, and he would just shoot up that tree.
Right after it.
Yeah, I think Jin is actually going to take going to walk up to Grak, and while talking is going to be wrapping a rope around his waist and tying it off, right? And then as soon as she has it tied and she's like, hey, Doran, you got the other end? We're good? Mm-hmm. Is going to try to take the tankard in a sleight of hand.
Okay. Make your roll for the horse and carrot routine with Grak's beer.
Exactly.
Solid.
That is a 20.
That's enough. Grak is not focused on someone stealing it, but you do steal it quickly. You hook it onto the appropriate thing, and Grak immediately starts going after it because getting the tankard is more important than getting the revenge on Jin, which will come second at some point.
Yes, I am actually dangling it on a stick that I am holding while I am walking across, so he will follow in the,
on the right path.
On the right path.
Okay. So that will definitely speed you guys up. You guys are on your way, and the group is looking good. On the way, of course, the pixies are handing out drinks and drugs and stuff like that. So if you wish to partake, you can. We don't have to go through that. But as you guys are getting closer to the tree, everyone make me a perception check, please.
Sure. Doran has never failed a perception check, ever. So this...
Grak rolls up.
Oh, yeah.
First
Wait.
perception check.
Grak rolls a natural 1.
We had 2 nat 1s. Thank God that did roll well.
Dolores looked up at the tree and she got a stick in her eye.
We were all terrible.
So basically, Jin is leading the whole group. She has the tankard of ale that Grak is solely focused on. Abelard is just making sure that everyone is taken care of and that nobody's in trouble. And Ser Doran somewhat, but especially Jin, you guys start to hear some loud noises up ahead, probably 15 minutes ahead, 10 minutes ahead, something like that. Jin, you hear more specifically. It sounds like a lot of chanting, a lot of singing, a lot of organized yelling.
I go up to the pixie queen. I'm just like, hey, what's going on up there? I'm hearing some chanting and some yelling, and we were attacked by assassins earlier, and I just want to know what's going on. Am I hallucinating all of this?
So as you look at the pixie queen and you look at all the other pixies in the area, you see that they're very tense, a little bit worried, but they're keeping on their way. And the pixie queen, she says,
dear, I'm sure it's nothing. Just probably some of the riffraff doing riffraff things, such as shenanigans and flim-flammery and flip-floppery. Nothing for us to truly worry about.
Got it. Okay. Jin goes back and says to Grak, looking him straight in the eye, and to do this, she's holding the tankard like right in front of her, so that he'll just, look her in the eye and it's like, there might be things to smash up ahead. Can I give this back to you?
Grak's eyes just light up, and he hears the word smash, and he just like he doesn't quite lose interest in the tankard, but he's found something. Man, I'm making Grak sound like that dog from Up Squirrel, but he's not like that. But he gets the gist that he's going to get to smash stuff. So he grabs the tankard, kind of stows it in his pack, and unsheathes his axe. Point me at the bastards.
Well, I don't know where they are exactly yet, so please stay on this limb. Don't just go running off, but I will help you get to anything we need to smash. I just don't want you falling off a tree because you're going to blame me, and then that's like my one chance gone.
2 chances.
2 chances gone.
And I'm pretty sure that the only reason that Grak made eye contact with you is because your eyes were reflected in the metal rim of the mug which he had. It's the only way that he actually saw your eyes.
Also, probably true. That's canon.
Okay. So as you guys walk a little bit more, you guys, even though you guys are pretty near the top of the trees at this point, and the tree limbs are probably about a foot wide. You guys are still going. You occasionally see the tree limbs like shift to each other due to the great work of Abelard, and you guys see the great tree through the leaves up top, and it stands like 100 feet above all of the other trees. So you see where it is compared to where you guys are walking. And as you're approaching it, you're probably still like, 300 yards out. But through the tree branches, you guys see a line of pixies that are blocking you. And there are pixies as far as the eye could see from side to side, at least 5 deep. And they seem to be completely blocking the way to the great tree. And as you guys are all able to make out now, it seems that you've come across a protest. And they're clearly here with the sole intention of blocking you from reaching the great tree. The pixies which you guys see are perfectly identical to the pixies that you were with. The only difference being their demeanor and their body language. Instead of the pixies who you were with, who sort of have that loose, do whatever we want, drinking and smoking all the time, hanging out and chilling pixies. These pixies in the protest line are very stiff. They seem to be very passionate, but they're very controlled in their actions. And in the protesting line, you see a lot of signs up that are in the air, and some of the signs say things like, "Don't hurt our souls, our rights. None of the proper paperwork for this ceremony was filled out beforehand. Fill my soul hole with love, not life." And the final one that you could see says, proper burial rites or we fights. And you guys are stopped, I'll just say, like 50 feet in front of this group. And some of the pixies that you were with are huddled around the pixie queen. You have a big song, and they're all just kind of huddled up. And that's what you guys are currently observing. Okay. Is there anything that you want to do or say, or?
Dolores kind of like reaches, like kind of leans forward to Jin and says, "Souls. I still don't understand what we're doing here. I know we're friends, but what are they talking about, souls?"
So we're on a humanitarian mission to put the souls of the dead to rest.
Oh, what must die must stay dead. That's what my Charles used to say.
Yes, and you just keep thinking about that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here for you if you need anything. I know you. Listen, I heard your bow was vegan, so just try this. And she hands you a good berry for the bow. And you know what? I'm here for you. So let me know.
Thank you. It's really been a pleasure to meet you. You cannot imagine the things we've been through and the people we've met.
I can't wait to see where we go from here. You know, maybe next week, 2 weeks. Oh, it's going to be huge. It's going to be great.
And with that good Perry Gin, your bow looks fully back to where it was. It's strong, it's taut, it's gleaming with the gleam of a bow that is happy.
I love a good, nice top bow.
And the queen, she comes over to you guys, and she's just like,
well, poop. It seems some of the riffraff has come out and they're blocking the way. We got quite a situation on our hands here. I'm not exactly sure what to do. It's these monsters, these terrorists are here to terrorize us. Do you think you could just clear a hole through the line and get us through, and we'll do our ceremony and just toss them about as you see fit?
Doran is not super happy about it, but that doesn't sound like a great deal to him. But he goes, "Well, are they? You're the queen, right? So are they technically your subjects, or?"
Oh
they have
no!
Another leader of their own.
They follow the queen of the filth, the feces princess herself, Luna Grandtail. She is the worst. Like if you came over as a dinner guest, she'd probably passively aggressively ask that you clean the dishes. And that's not very becoming of someone who's hosting a place. She is the leader of the terrorists, and they don't recognize me because they don't recognize anything good in their life, and they are, yuck.
All right. So she's a killjoy, basically. All right, I get it.
Yeah. So, what do we do here? Because I'm not the ethical one, and
well,
But you're also not
Grak's
the killing one either.
Grak's heard the word terrorists, and really, there's only one thing that his dwarven brain, with a little bit of ale and still slightly hungover from the pixie dust, knows to do with it, and so he's going to go sort of stalking towards the light. He doesn't have intimidate yet. Oh, actually, he does have intimidate of some sort. Oh, he's going to roll it. Intimidate. He's going to try the intimidate.
Everyone always has intimidation.
For an 18.
It's just how good it is it. Okay, so Grak starts walking towards the pixie protest line and puts on his Venus pace, and a bunch of the people directly in front of him where he's walking to start backing up and start panicking. But then the rest of the protesters start throwing stuff at you. They're just a mob mentality, start pelting you with stuff. But instead of usual rocks or terrible things, they are throwing at you these fancy envelopes with a fine parchment, with a wax seal, and they are all addressed. They are addressed to people who would tarnish the souls of our people and destroy them with the heathens' rituals. And you're getting pelted with them. And they are, you could open them up if you want, but it's just basically you're getting paper cut like crazy, and you have to actually step back. It's getting so bad because paper cuts are the worst type. Getting hit with an axe right in the chest, I'll tough through it. But that really bad paper cut under a fingernail, you're like, save you, Ser Doran.
It just doesn't heal for days. It's terrible.
I know.
It's true. Well, I think that we're going to do we need to negotiate with them to get to this tree, because we have a bit of a ticking Time?
You said we need to make a hole, right? Are we gonna go push through them? Is that the plan?
That would be my ideal plan. I mean, we could talk with them, but like, who would ever want to talk to such a filthy, stinky, uptight, terrible race of creatures when we could just...
I don't.
Yeah.
That didn't sound right, but
Look at this.
I'm gonna look at
this.
Ser Doran and I'm just gonna say, are we gonna put a hole through him, or are we? Because I can try something. I can help.
No, we don't want to do that. But I think we send. Why don't you and I go talk to them? Because I think you'll get along with them swell.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know.
So-
I mean, I've
So
been
Doran
staying at
just
the
like
house.
hooks his arm around
Oh,
as like
Okay,
Abelard
here
is,
we go.
like, protesting, and like I don't think so, and he just starts stomping his way over there, not in an aggressive way, and just looking for whoever looks like they're in charge.
Okay, so you definitely, as you two start walking over, I'll say Ser Doran in front and Abelard behind him. A few of the letters get tossed. It's not that crazy because it doesn't seem that you're really threatening. Back with Grak and Jin, you see the fairy queen Gavi is holding one of the letters, and she's like,
What is this nonsense? And
she opens it up, and it's just basically like a polite letter asking them to please cease and desist their current course of action. And that's what they're throwing like as their riot weapons.
I imagine
and
it's like ninja stars. It's like,
oh yeah. The envelopes are a fine. If you're like Grak would know that ninja stars are made out of this parchment. It's put into the forges and melted down into its true metal form and then turned into proper ninja stars. But it's a very polite and courteous cease and desist letter. So as Ser Doran and Abelard walk up, the pixies are just kind of, a few of them in the front are kind of quiet and curious as to what you're going to do. And they're just like,
we're a different type of pixie, and our voices are totally different, and you won't get confused at all over the next session or two. So how can we help you?
So I see your signs. We're here. We would like to perform a ritual to help put some of these pixies to rest, some of these pixie spirits to rest. What do we need to do to make this happen? Unfortunately, we're on a bit of a tight timeline, and then so anything you guys we could do to make this go a little faster and easier, we'd love to do that. Maybe we'll have Abelard, Dolores here cook us a nice meal. We have a conversation about this and see if we can come to some kind of agreement.
Let me bring you to our leader, Luna Grandtail, the queen of the Righteous Regulatory Rights Tribe.
and
RGRT.
And a lot of the people in that background say TRRT
Oh boy.
and throw up their gang signs.
So the TPPPT and the TRRT. Great.
Yeah.
So they're literally the only difference is like three little slashes. Okay, perfect.
And they bring you to Luna Grandtail, who looks very similar. In fact, Ser Doran and Abelard, I want you guys both to make me perception checks.
Are they twins? This is gonna be the worst. All right. I've not been very perceptive today. Hey, a 19. Woo!
oh, a 13.
Okay, so there are definitely a lot of similar traits between the two queens. They don't seem to be like direct sisters, but they're probably related in some fashion. And you walk over and she says,
Welcome adventurers, and friends or guests of the Chaos crew over there. How may I assist you. I assure you that your safety is well in my hands while you are here as my guest.
So
What brings you to our side of this debacle?
So, hello, Luna. Basically, we just spent the evening with the other group of pixies.
I apologize for your dreadful experience, but go ahead.
What we explained to them was we're here. We'd like to do a ritual to help put some of the pixies and other spirits to rest. We were told this was the place to do it, but unfortunately, we don't have any other information that goes along with your signs that you have out front. So I just wanted to bring our friend Abelard with us to, help smooth things over and just talk about this, or my friend Dolores here to talk about things a little bit more civilly so we can get to some kind of agreement sooner than later because we're on a timetable, unfortunately.
Of course, civil conversations are the greatest of honors in our culture. Please, let me get you some proper chairs and refreshments.
And basically some of the pixies like druid craft use some wooden chairs out of the tree branches, and they bring over some basic food. The food, it's picture like where with the first tribe that you were with, it was all party food, fun and delicious. Maybe
like
not
Doritos.
The best nutrition wise. Yeah, these are like these are like well balanced, nutritious meals. Yeah, but
I get it. I dig it.
Well, you see, I believe that this Abelard that you spoke of is the young gentleman with all the souls inside him. Is that correct?
Correct.
I'd like to meet this guy. I just tell you what, I'd love to meet him. Are you okay? You seem a little off today, my queen. Are you okay?
Oh, yes, sir, ma'am, Dolores. Yes.
Oh, just because you just see you guys sitting here in the lines, and we just want to help both sides, and I can't see why we can't help you and help them at the same time.
Oh, that's because they want, so all the souls in the vessel which we are speaking of, they are, if we let the other tribe do what they want, they're just going to tarnish them and damn them to hell forever. And that's not something we're interested in doing. We need to do the proper funeral rites for our tribe so they don't end up in purgatory. And the PPPT tribe has no regard for our rights or for our needs or for our wants. So we are here to not allow that to happen. We're here to have the stuff done through our proper rituals.
So, if I may ask, what's the difference between your ritual and their ritual? Is it something that, like, we can come to an agreement on? Is it, what do we
Oh,
need?
God. So their ritual, they'll get the vessel and...
She kind of like side eyes Abelard, I guess, realizing that he doesn't realize that he's the vessel, but
we get the vessel, they get the vessel super drunk on liquor that's infused with pixie dust, also lots of drugs, and only a sufficient amount will honor their spirits enough. And then the spirits will leave the body, usually through disgusting, violent projectile vomiting. And then they spend the rest of the night partying with their spirits until the spirits pass out at rest forever. And it's terrible because the souls, they basically die a second time, and it's terrible. Our rights, the proper rights, not the rights of those vicious mongrels and terrorists, but we all gather and we tell the tale of our people with this vessel. And of course, the tale of the people, we need to give the abridged version because we only have 5 hours allotted for telling the tale of our people. And then after that, we list the deceased soul's accomplishments accomplishments in story form over the next 2 hours. And after that, they pray to Brianna, the Autumn Queen of the Feywild, for another 2 hours. After that, we ask the souls if they are ready to move on to their final rest, which, if the previous rites were done correctly, the spirit will emerge, and together they then recite the rites of passage, and with their fates in the hands of the pleased gods, they will take their final rest, knowing that all the rites were properly observed.
Grak has fallen asleep during
Yeah.
this. Like,
So knowing all that, is there any way we could do both rituals? Like, can we separate them and just do the rituals for their pixies their way, and then your ritual that way?
I
Or just
don't.
an all or nothing thing?
I am always open to all avenues of doing things. I doubt that the vicious terrorists on the other side would be so accommodating. They just like to get drunk and smash foreheads and do whatever they want and smash other body parts. But if you could find a way, we're unaware of such a method, but
And as you guys are still in the middle of this talk, and Grak is dozing off, and Jin is hugging her freshly revived bow, you guys hear from the side that Ser Doran and Abelard are on. Behind them, once again, with perfect timing, you hear assassins.
Not again.
wait, that can't possibly be the right voice to hear it in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 1,000 apologies. My voice protocols have not been updated in some time.
assassins!
They sound different. That one's like got a little more timber. The other one's totally know it's a different pixie screaming assassins this time for sure.
Yes.
So that's
Oh,
it.
no.
We're gonna end there.
Double
Not to
click.
go up a dramatic point, but it's a good ending point for tonight's session.
Plus, Velociraptor's phone's dying, so we gotta cut.
Yeah, a good time to end.
Okay.
I
well,
mean- Gorillas last time. Who knows who the assassins are going to be this time?
I don't know, but I'm gonna
Something
definitely
delicious.
I'm gonna enjoy eating some caramel treats while we're fighting this next batch. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I want to thank Adam J, our guest, who played the great Abelard. Very funny. I loved the chat with the tree, especially. For a
That
great
was
time.
It was amazing.
I would like to thank you to all our viewers out there who are viewing us live and who will watch us later on. Also, as far as it goes, we're trying to get new followers each week, new viewers each week. So try to tell all your friends about us. We may probably, if Andy doesn't slack off super hard, have some graphical delights for next Monday. So I want to put some pressure on him. And yeah, I'll give it to Andy. But thank you all for watching and for listening live or later on. And go do your thing, Andy.
Okay, yeah. So that was it for the Necromancer's Idiot Apprentice, episode 9. Kind of hard to believe that we are 9 episodes, and I think we're at like 15 hours of game time, which is pretty cool. We've wasted 15 hours of our life on this, guys.
Well spent. Great
As long as we're making
Absolutely.
people laugh every now and then.
Yes.
Honestly, just the time that I've spent laughing my ass off at some of the things that have come up has been totally worth it. So hopefully you in the audience have enjoyed it too. If you are watching this and you have not yet followed the stream, follow it now. If you want that extra bonus content, it will be available to subscribers only. So it's going to be 3 bonus episodes, which will come out to around 5 or 6 hours worth of audio and video and insanity. And then a monthly one-shot campaign, which will, so the Incompetence Guild, every new episode is going to be a one-shot, but it'll be the same guild of incompetent heroes pulling off these missions. It's going to be insanely hilarious. So as soon as we hit 40 subscribers, we will start doing that. So now is the time. Once again, if you have Amazon Prime, it takes 2 minutes. Just go to gaming.amazon.com and you can sign up super easily and you get a free subscription to our Twitch channel. It takes no effort. Super easy. Do it or gift a subscription to someone else. You know, the more subscribers we get, the more it's worth our time to come and hang out and have fun with you guys. So definitely do it. We will be back next Monday night with another awesome adventure of Deranged and questing the Necromancer's Idiot Apprentice. Do make sure to follow these awesome players. You're following me. Go follow this way. Author Allegra, Big T 983, and Greg with Advantage. And we will see you again next Monday night.
Yep. Thank you, Velociraptor 159 for the gifted sub.
Woo, good night, everybody.
And now for our dramatic ending.